Hello everybody, 'tis I, the Rumpled One. Book review, Top Dog, The Science of Winning and Losing by Bronson and Ashley Merryman. They were best-selling authors of the book Nurture Shock. Science of Winning and Losing. Well, I've played sports, my younger years. I've played chess, all kind of board games, trading, team sports. So I'm very interested in what they had to say about winning and losing. So I'll share a few quotes out of the book. And as you know, if you've been watching my book review videos, that I like to study the brain, how it works, how people work it for you, and just what's going on inside there, inside the old noggin, right? Okay, page 66. The brain is both electrical, along nerve fibers, and chemical, between the nerves. Nerves push neurotransmitters into synapses, then retract and recycle the chemicals. This ebb and flow regulates the level of neural activity. The reason I read that to you was, I don't think most people really understand that you've got electrical, and I think that's what most people realize, but they don't realize the chemistry, the brain chemistry. That's one of the reasons why we're so different. It's because we have different, brain chemistry, body chemistry, and it's one of the things I learned over the year. So I'm not so quick to judge somebody because, you know what, their brain chemistry just might not be up to par, and it's not really their fault. Sometimes it is, but sometimes your DNA cards just weren't a winning hand. Next quote, page 100. Let's go back to this finding that men tend to be overconfident and think their odds of winning are better than they actually are. It's the lab version of the decision made by the state legislators whether to run for Congress. Women are savvy about the odds. Men are good at ignoring the odds. So, fellow traders, if you're male, you might want to consider that. Check out, are you really being overconfident when you click that button to buy or sell? Something to think about. Something to ponder. Something to watch in your own trading. Page 130. The last chapter introduced the idea that when people focus on the upside, they take risks that can defy the odds. When they focus on the odds, they tend not to take risks. Did you understand that? So if all you're looking at is what you can gain, you might go for it. But if you stand back and analyze what the probability of your success is, you might go, no, it's not worth the risk. So you see, you have to look at both. You have to look at the gain, and you have to look at the risk involved. Which, once again, fellow traders, a lot of you guys just aren't doing that. You're just jumping into trades over and over again. It's like you're playing hands in Vegas or something. Page 161. The problem is that what's good for your well-being is not necessarily going to be effective in a competitive context or help you sustain the drive to achieve your goals. In the well-being realm, traits such as ambition, dominance, perfectionism are considered psychological maladies that need to be treated. But during a performance or when striving to achieve goals, they can all be adaptive. It bears repeating. The mental states needed to compete are not always socially palatable. Palatable is the word. So basically they're saying is that, sometimes when you're doing what you need to do to get what you want, it might not taste good to some people. It might leave a bad taste in their mouth. When you're, in competition, winner take all, the attitudes that you bring to the game, you bring them to the field, might not be welcome, in the lunchroom. So what they're really trying to get at is that you, as an individual, you have to tone it down or choose your battles, pick your spots where you want to be competitive. I mean, my fellow traders, you guys see me out in the forums. In the beginning, anybody that took a shot at me, I fired back. Well, I got kicked off a bunch of forums. They caused me to. They said I'm the troublemaker when I'm the one being attacked. But the point is, I could have just ignored those people, just not be combative at all. And then I probably still would have been kicked off the forums just because, but it would have really looked. I could have actually made those forum admins look bad. Like, why'd you kick him off? He didn't say anything to anybody. He's just doing what he's doing and staying focused on his mission. So that's just another thing to consider. And finally, on page 169, when talking about anger, it is necessary to distinguish between trait anger and situational anger. The former is when someone is prone to anger all the time, definitely unhealthy. But situational anger is quite different. People who respond with anger to a confrontation have higher emotional intelligence scores while ranking higher in life satisfaction and greater well-being. In other words, once again, you kind of pick your battles. If you're just always mad and grumpy or PO'd, that doesn't work. But usually, the authors go on to say is that if you see some type of injustice, unfair treatment, and that gets your blood boiling, gets you angry and spurs you on to do something about it, like me making some of these videos, then that's well-channeled anger. So anyway, Top Dog, The Science of Winning and Losing. If you're interested, it's a good read. I would recommend it. And I hope if you read it, you enjoy it and get something out of it like I did.